Hey, welcome back to the channel here, and this is the first real full video talking about being a real estate agent. And I am literally in my backyard, because why not? So, again, my name is Ben Lunsford, and I've been in real estate since 2010. And yes, I have notes, because otherwise I'll just ramble on and on and on. But in this video, I wanted to just ask the question, why do you want to be in real estate? And because that's the thing that's been posed to me a lot over the years in coaching, and as people trying to help you grow, it's always why are you doing this, why are you in this business? And you have to think about that with any self-employment work, because when you're self-employed, you're the one making the rules, right? You're the one doing the work. So why do you want to be a real estate agent? And I'm just going to refer to it as being an agent. That's typically the easiest thing that for most people. But some of the reasons that people want to become a real estate agent: money. They see, oh, I can make tons of money in real estate, and you can. But that is one of the things. The freedom of time, being your own boss. They simply like houses. They think it'd be cool to sell houses because they like houses. They want to save money when buying a house. A lot of people I've seen, they want to get their license so they don't have to pay a commission when they're buying or when they're selling. Sometimes they really do want to be a service to others. And sometimes I think this grows with people too. If you've gotten into the business and as you've built your business, you've realized that you really like to serve. You like to help people get into a home. There's a lot of other reasons out there. These are ones that just kind of came to the top of my head. But the real question here, though, is for you is, why do you want to be in real estate? We all need to make money, and there's millions of jobs out there. But real estate does have an opportunity to make a lot of money. And, from being an agent to investing, there's lots of different opportunities. But contrary to what many people believe, especially those not in real estate, it's not necessarily super easy to make money being a real estate agent. The work that you have to do isn't necessarily hard, and we'll be talking more about that in future videos. But a lot of it really is actually up here. In 2023, the national average pay for a real estate agent was $65,000. There's lots of jobs where you can make $65,000 or more with benefits. The $65,000 that they made doesn't include their business expenses, mileage in the car, monthly fees that you got to pay, all that kind of stuff. And I doubt they're counting taxes on that. And kind of like I've talked about in some other videos as I'm helping people that are wanting to buy homes. One of the things that we don't always realize is we got to pay more taxes because we're self-employed. We pay more Social Security. There's a self-employment tax. Don't know why, but there is. Anyways, and so there's a lot of jobs out there that you can go and get, and that you can get a little training for, and be making $60,000 plus benefits. So why in the world would you want to take a job that doesn't give you health insurance, that doesn't really have a lot of other benefits per se, that are given to you, and that is actually kind of hard, because there's something like, I think it was like 3 million licensed real estate agents. If you think about that for a minute, with 330 million people in America, that means you've got one real estate agent for every 100 people. Yeah, for every 100 people, right? Not potential buyers and sellers, but people. That includes children, right? Under 18. That includes people in assisted living, etc. And so that's a lot of real estate agents. Now, not all of those people licensed are actually active real estate agents. It's probably only half that, maybe 1.5 million. But there's a lot of competition, right? So let's think about these reasons though, in terms of money. Like I said, or in terms of reasons for wanting to be a real estate agent, you have the money. There's plenty of jobs where you can make more than the average. I mean, you could literally. I used to work at a bank. I figured out pretty quick that I didn't need a college education, and I could have been working my way up to become a bank manager, even a regional manager. Having a business degree probably would have been a benefit to being a regional manager or something, but even now, you can go and sign up for management programs and become a manager at a bank, and you're probably making easily 50,000 as a base pay, but that'll work its way up as you're there. So there's plenty of jobs that you can go out and make more. But let's talk about the freedom of time. A lot of people think, oh, I can, the freedom of time and really the be your own boss. They kind of go hand in hand because you don't have someone else telling you what to do. But you absolutely do have freedom of time. You are literally your own boss. And if you don't feel like doing any work, you don't have to do any work. But also, if you don't do any work, you don't get any money, right? And so, in that sense, you don't have freedom of time because you have to be doing work. And what makes it even a little more difficult in some ways is that what you do today is what's going to be getting you money 60 days, 90 days, 180 days from now. You may be doing hard work right now that isn't actually going to pay you anything for 6 months. And so that freedom of time kind of gets skewed. But at the same time, you do have freedom of time. I was able to go do a mission trip to Germany, and we were gone for a month. We did 2 weeks of the mission trip, and then we did 2 weeks of touring and meeting up with friends that we'd had over there. We homeschool, and so it's like, oh, hey, it's Thanksgiving. You know what? Because of traffic and stuff, and because I'm driving 8 hours to family, we're going to leave on Tuesday. That way we get all of Wednesday through Saturday. Maybe we'll come home Saturday, so I have Sunday to kind of recover before I start working again on Monday. I just get to decide, right? Now, if I've got transactions in place or clients, I mean, not too many clients want to go look at homes on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving or, that Saturday or whatever. There's not a lot of people that want to do stuff that weekend per se. But if I do, I just, we plan ahead, or I get it covered by another associate. Maybe I pay them to show a couple homes, right? I still have that freedom of time. And so, if your kids are sick, you can still work from home. You're not necessarily showing homes every single day. You don't necessarily have to go out every single day. My wife, unfortunately, has had to have a couple surgeries here in the last couple of years and has been sick a few times. So it's been helpful for me to be able to work from home and to be able to help her and do some of the schooling with my boys. So there is legitimate freedom of time, but at the same time, being your own boss, if you're not focused on what you're doing with your time, you're not going to have any success with real estate. And so, being your own boss can also be difficult if you're too easy on yourself, So anyway, if you like houses, that's a bonus. You don't have to like houses. And honestly, I've probably been in over 1,000 homes at this point, and it's like I can look at it from the outside and pretty much tell you what it's going to look like on the inside. Not always like the condition completely, but in terms of layout, there's a lot that I can typically see, and it's like sometimes you kind of get tired of houses. And I love architecture though, but it's the people. You've got to like people. To some extent, you've got to be like people because it's a people business. You're not selling houses as much as you are helping people buy and sell houses. You're helping them to understand the process. You're helping them to understand what they need to do to maximize the value of their property. You've got to be able to communicate and talk with people in that way. For the reason of, I want to save money when I buy my house, sell my house. That's nice and all, but just to have your license and hang your license at a firm somewhere, you're looking at probably a bare minimum, like $1,500 to $2,000 a year. And so if you're looking at, oh, I'm going to go through the process of getting my license, and you got to spend money to get your license, might be a few $100 to go through, plus taking the test, you're probably about $500 for your classes and taking the test and that kind of thing. So you're spending $2,500 and going through all of that effort and expending all of that energy to go and save some commission. If that's your only reason, I just don't think that's a very good reason. I think you could spend your time very differently and find a way to make up that other money. If you're a $500,000 home, you're going to end up spending, like I said, that $2,500 or whatever. Okay, so now you're looking at trying to save $12,000. If you get a good real estate agent, they can make up that $12,000 for you in your purchase price and in the way that you do things. And so, could you spend that time differently and make $12,000 and not have to go through this hassle, but maybe build some sort of other business? So now, if you're thinking, oh, I want to save some money and I think I want to get into real estate, it gets a little bit different, but or if you're thinking about being an investor, and there's pros and cons to having your license and being an investor. You have a little more liability, and so I've known some investors that it's just better just to get a good agent and let them take care of that side of it, and I just take care of my side of it. Some people really like having their license with it. So serving others can definitely be a good motivating factor. It's great to help people, getting into a home. And really what my emphasis has been over the years is helping people understand how they can build their net worth through real estate. I've been able to help multiple people acquire multiple properties over the years, starting with their first home. And one client in particular, he was I want to say 24 years old or something, bought his first home. And I don't know, it was 5-6 years later, he was able to sell that. And he bought it with 3.5% down. He was able to sell that, put a little money down on a triplex that he was going to live in, and use some of the money then to fix it up. He still had money in the bank, and then was able to buy another home with that money that he still had left over. That was a split level that he was going to turn into kind of a duplex sort of living. And so I've been able to help multiple people with situations like that where they're acquiring multiple properties and building their net worth. I enjoy that. I enjoy helping people understand how they can do that. But some people are difficult to work with. There are some people who don't see you as serving. They see you simply as taking their money. They see you as a necessary evil. And it shows up in the way that they treat you and with the home buying process, the home selling process. And many buyers and sellers don't understand the help that they need. So you're coming in trying to help. I want to help them. I want to serve them. And they don't necessarily understand that or totally get that. So you've got to learn how to communicate that and maybe find the right buyers and sellers. Maybe those aren't the ones that you need to be working with, and so there's a process there. So if that's your motivating factor, that can be very disheartening if people are rejecting the help you want to give, right? Some of them legitimately don't need help. They really do have a handle on things. There are some people that they get it, they know, they understand, they've looked at the market, and they whatever. There's some of those out there. It's not very many, but there are definitely some. And so, so the question here then is, why in the world do you want to be a real estate agent? Why do you want to get in this business? Why are you in this business? Maybe you're looking at this video thinking, should I stay in business? It's been a rough few years, or it's been a rough 20 years. I've known people in business for 20 years and still they just kind of have struggled the whole way through. And so the question is, why do you want to be in real estate? And there's a lot more to this, but I think for this video, this will suffice just to get you to be thinking about it. I've been an active full-time agent, like I said, since 2010. And there's been plenty of ups and downs. And I've had plenty of great clients. And in fact, I moved from Washington to Tennessee in 2021. And when I was in Tennessee, I ended up selling 2 properties in Washington because my seller, they're clients of mine, and they're like, "Can you still sell my house?" I'm like, "I'm still licensed. Let's do it." And I've had other clients kind of call me and be like, "Hey, I got a question about, I want to do something with my property." And they really wished I hadn't moved, and so I've had my great clients like that. I've had my less than ideal clients. It happens. Um, so there's those ups and downs, transactions that fall through, years where all the marketing you were doing and everything you were doing to bring in people stops working. You have to shift and try something different. As I'm recording this video over this last year, there's kind of been a shift in the market. And so, maybe you need a little more coaching. Maybe I don't know, maybe there's things that you need, but at the top of it, you need to know, why am I doing this? What am I trying to accomplish? What is my goal and my purpose in being in real estate here? Because having that ultimate big why, as a lot of people talk about, a lot of these within real estate, the coaching and whatnot, that's going to be your driving, motivating factor. And what drives you to do what's necessary? That's a question you have to ask yourself. What is going to drive you to do what's necessary? And maybe it's looking at your bank account going, I have $50 and my gas is low and I got to pay rent soon, right? Or I got to pay my mortgage soon or whatever. Maybe that being at that bottom really is a motivating factor for you. Maybe it's you really want a better education for your kids. You want to put them in private school or college or whatever. Maybe it's, taking care of your parents. Maybe it's supporting missionaries. Maybe it's supporting summer camps. I don't know. Your why is different than mine. We all have something different. And so you need to be thinking about that. Why do you want to get into a business where you have to motivate yourself and do all this work with the potential of making a lot of money? Why do you want to do this? If you're just starting out, be thinking about these things. What's going to keep you going in the unmotivational times? You're going to be a self-starter. Something has to propel you to start. And so I want you to just be thinking about that. What's driving you? Why do you want to be in this business? And I'll say a little bit for me, when I got into it, I've always been interested in real estate, thought about it. And I called my friend who was a real estate agent. He helped us buy our home, and he'd been in real estate for about 10 years. On the plus side, he was like, absolutely, man, you can do it. Go for it, man. Anybody can do real estate. I was like, okay, but that was it. He didn't really offer any other advice other than saying, go to this agency, go work for this real estate company. And now that company helped me really think through some things, and I would say helped me get a good grounding and a good start. But my friend didn't really I don't know. I don't feel like he was super friendly. He didn't say, hey man, let me help you. Let me coach you. Because he'd been in business for like 10 years at that point. And so I didn't realize that I needed to be this big of a self-motivator. And so over the years, I've had to shift and had to develop what's my purpose? What am I trying to accomplish? What am I trying to do? So I want to challenge you to start with that. Or if you've never done it and you've been in real estate for a while and been struggling, whatever, focus on that. Think about, what is that big why? What is the reason you want to get in this business? And I hope this helps. I hope this is an encouragement to you, and I hope it's a not too tough of a challenge for you. But ultimately, I hope it's something that drives you and helps to push you forward to say, yes, I want to get into real estate. Or, I don't know, I think I should maybe go, get a regular full-time job. And so anyways, as always, if you've got questions or you want to chat a little bit more, I don't charge anybody to coach. I'm not going to call myself the greatest coach in the world. I am more of a coach at heart. That's why I'm making these videos, but feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to chat with you and answer any questions. And, but maybe shoot me a text first rather than just calling, because I'm kind of busy and I like to schedule my phone calls. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will look forward to sharing with you more in the upcoming videos. And so if you are appreciating this, be sure to subscribe and give me a comment, let me know how I'm doing, and I will look forward to bringing the next video out. Have a good day.